Welcome back to Next Match Insights, your ultimate source for winning football predictions. Today, we're breaking down tonight's World Cup fixtures, giving you 5 winning picks and 3 selections to avoid for each and every match. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. The 4-time world champions Germany take on tournament debutants Curacao. Curacao has done incredibly well to make it to the big stage, but Germany under Julian Nagelsmann operates like a ruthless, high-pressing machine. The Germans will look to establish complete dominance right from the opening whistle. First, Germany to win. There is an immense gap in tactical maturity, tournament experience, and overall squad value between these two nations. Germany's elite roster will control possession entirely and comfortably secure a professional 3 points. Second, both teams to score no. Julian Nagelsmann's side will look to maintain an aggressive counterpress to suffocate any rare transitions from Curacao. Expect Germany's organized backline to easily neutralize isolated counterattacks and keep a clean sheet. Third, Germany over 2.5 goals. Germany possesses world-class creative sparks in midfield and ruthless depth off the bench. Facing a defensive structure that isn't used to the high-intensity tempo of elite European football, Die Mannschaft has the firepower to score at least 3 times. Fourth, Germany to win first half. To avoid any opening nerves or heavy media criticism, Germany will press relentlessly from the start. Scoring early and leading before the halftime whistle is a highly statistical expectation. Finally, Germany over 5.5 corners. Germany's tactical philosophy relies heavily on wide overlaps, quick wing rotations, and sustaining pressure deep inside the opponent's final third. This continuous attacking presence will inevitably result in a high number of blocks and corners. Now, what to avoid? First, both teams to score. Expecting Curacao to easily break through a fully locked-in and structured German defense in a high-stakes tournament match is a massive betting trap that should be completely avoided. Second, under 2.5 total match goals. Germany's offensive unit rarely steps off the gas when they find spaces in behind a tiring defense. Backing a low-scoring or cagey affair here carries far too much risk. Third, Curacao handicap plus 1.5. While the underdogs will play with absolute pride and heart, surviving 90 minutes of continuous, elite tactical waves from Germany without conceding multiple goals is an incredibly low-probability outcome. Netherlands face the highly disciplined Blue Samurai of Japan. The Dutch possess world-class defensive structure anchored by Virgil van Dijk, but Japan's explosive transition play has recently shocked the biggest giants in football. It's going to be a brilliant, high-tempo chess match, but the Orange tactical maturity should see them through. First, Netherlands win or draw. While Japan is a highly dangerous transition side, the Netherlands hold a historic World Cup record of never losing their opening group match since 1974. Ronald Koeman's squad has the elite tournament maturity and defensive stability required to avoid an opening day defeat. Second, both teams to score. The Dutch front line, featuring the explosive pace of Cody Gakpo and Daniel Malen, is highly likely to breach Japan's lines. On the other side, Japan's clinical counter-attacking unit, led by Takefusa Kubo, will heavily test a Dutch defense carrying a few recent injury adjustments. Third, over 1.5 total goals. Neither side will look to settle for a boring tactical stalemate, as winning this marquee match practically guarantees control over Group F with world-class attacking talent on both wings. Expect at least 2 goals over the 90 minutes. Fourth, over 8.5 total corners. Both tactical setups rely heavily on maximizing wide areas, with flying wingers pushing to the touchline and launching low crosses. This wide attacking focus naturally results in a high volume of defensive blocks and corners. Finally, Netherlands to score in the second half. Japan's high-intensity defensive pressing is incredibly difficult to break through early on. However, as the grueling pace takes a physical toll on the Japanese midfield in the final 30 minutes, spaces will open up for the Dutch to strike. Now, what to avoid? First, Netherlands win 2-0. Underestimating the Blue Samurai's offensive transition speed is a massive betting trap. Japan has consistently proven they can score against elite European backlines, making a clean sheet for the Orana very unlikely. Second, under 1.5 total goals. Both managers know that playing for a dull, low scoring point is an unnecessary risk. Expect proactive attacking intents from both sides. Third, Japan clean sheet. Expecting the Japanese backline to completely shut out a full-strength, physical Dutch attack featuring world-class creative depth for 90 minutes is an incredibly low-probability outcome that should be avoided. Before we continue with the predictions, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. An absolute tactical war as African giants Ivory Coast battle South American dark horses Ecuador. Both teams possess world-class defensive foundations and highly energetic midfields, making this one of the most evenly matched games of the opening round. First, Ecuador double chance. Ecuador enters the tournament with an astonishing defensive record, having conceded just 5 goals in 18 grueling South American qualifiers. Their elite structural discipline under Sebastian Becasese makes them highly reliable to at least secure a point. Second, under 2.5 total match goals. Both teams are built on rock-solid defensive foundations. Ecuador is notoriously involved in low-scoring fixtures, with only 4 of their last 22 matches exceeding 2 goals. A heavily tactical, cagey opener is heavily statistical. Third, both teams to score. While a high-scoring game is unlikely, both teams possess individual game-changers. Ivory Coast features the explosive form of Simon Adingra and Amad Diallo, while Ecuador relies on the lethal movement of Ener Valencia, making a 1-1 outcome highly probable. Fourth, draw at halftime. With group favorites Germany looming next, neither manager will risk committing bodies forward or making early defensive mistakes. Expect a very compact, cautious first 45 minutes ending in a tactical stalemate. Finally, over 3.5 total cards, the battle for central midfield dominance between Franck Kessie and Moises Caicedo will be highly physical. As structural transitions get broken up by tactical fouls, the referee will likely go to his pocket early. Now, what to avoid? First, Ivory Coast clean sheet. Underestimating Ecuador's clinical transition speed is a major betting trap. Backed by the playmaking depth of Kendry Paez, El Tri has consistently found ways to score against top-tier opposition. Second, over 3.5 total goals, expecting a wild, wide-open goal fest between 2 of the statistically stingiest and most disciplined defensive units in international football carries far too much risk. Third, Ivory Coast win 2-0, while the reigning African champions are in fantastic form, following a friendly win over France. Breaking down a brick wall Ecuadorian backline that features Piero Hincapié without conceding space on the counter is an incredibly low-probability outcome. Sweden makes their return to the world stage against a completely revamped Tunisia side. Sweden enters with massive attacking firepower under Graham Potter, led by Viktor Gyökeres and Alexander Isak. First, Sweden to win. After a dramatic playoff revival, Sweden possesses world-class offensive quality in Viktor Gyökeres and Alexander Isak that can dismantle rigid defenses. Facing a transitional Tunisian squad that has cut several veteran stars, Sweden holds the definitive edge to claim all 3 points. Second, both teams to score. Sweden's attacking style under Graham Potter leaves them prone to quick counterattacks during defensive transitions. Tunisia retains enough tactical discipline and technical flair on the break to exploit those open spaces and catch the Swedish backline off guard at least once. Third, over 1.5 total goals, with the formidable attacking threats present in the Swedish frontline and the high-stakes nature of the group, a dry 0-0 or 1-0 stalemate is highly statistical low probability. Expecting at least 2 goals is a very secure line. Fourth, Sweden over for 0.5 corners. Sweden's tactical approach relies heavily on sustaining intense pressure deep in the opposition half and driving low crosses from wide areas. Facing a deep-sitting Tunisian low block, this wide play will naturally produce a high volume of blocks and clearances over the touchline. Finally, Sweden to score in the second half. Sabri Lamouchi's tactical setup will look to completely suffocate spaces in the opening 45 minutes. However, as the continuous physical demands of tracking Sweden's dynamic attackers exhaust the Tunisian midfield late in the game, vital spaces will open up for a decisive second-half goal. Now, what to avoid? First, Sweden win 2-0. Underestimating the resilience and counterattacking capabilities of the Eagles of Carthage is a classic tournament trap. Assuming Sweden will easily cruise to a clean sheet against a disciplined African side carries far too much risk. Second, under 1.5 total goals, neither team can afford to comfortably play for a dull, low scoring point in a group containing heavyweights like the Netherlands. Proactive attacking adjustments in the second half will prevent a low-scoring stalemate. Third, Tunisia clean sheet, expecting a newly restructured Tunisian defense to completely lock down and shut out a full-strength, peak-form Swedish attack for 90 minutes is an incredibly low-probability outcome that should be completely avoided. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with all our latest content. Good luck!